this is Jonah here with another episode of my podcast. It's Moving Women Forward podcast series. Today, we have a special guest. It's called Sairan Akrawi. Sairan, you're going to correct me later if I pronounce it wrong. We are streaming live here from our platform. What is it of the community about? It has one mission: to help 100 women in 100 days. Simple as that. How do we do that? We help you move from feeling stuck to empowered, amplifying your voices through expert-led support, visibility opportunities, and meaningful networking. So today, as I mentioned, we have Sairan as our special guest. Sairan is not just a business strategist. She's also an engineer, but she will tell us more about her role and her career in a minute. She is the founder of Gem Thrive. Also about that, she will tell us a bit more in a minute. So what does Sairan do? She helps you turn expertise into income and support through business strategies. So she advises you from in and out, and then she basically shuffles everything around and makes your business successful. Sairan, please, the floor is yours. Tell us more what you do, what inspires you, and we'll crack on with the questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joanna, for having me. Women to thrive in 100 days. And I see each one of us have a mission or a task in life to help each others. Each one of us coming to this world to add a meaning or a purpose on what we are doing. So I felt this early days when I was in college. I knew that my impact or my mission is just not being a good engineer and solving complex equation. I finished school, and right after I done with my master degree, I thought I am good to go and start my doctoral in engineering until I have opportunity to speak at my university to a group of younger engineers about the real life of women engineering in such a male dominated, let's say, which I don't agree much with that word. There is no career called male dominated. Every career it's equal to men and women, in my opinion. And I was able to speak with those young ladies, and I fell in love with mentoring and coaching. So I never finished my doctoral. I started having small platform helping and mentoring women in technology in general. Then I done that platform for almost 5 years. I was a transition expert. I was helping international women who come to United States to live their American dream. Then I changed my niche or my niche, let's say in 2023. And now I'm business strategist. So basically what I do, I guide and help midlife professional to reinvent or basically to find their hidden gem or hidden talent, how to monetize it. And not necessarily, Joanna, when I talk with client, I never ask them to leave their day job. I'm still working as a full-time engineer. What I'm trying to do to guide them to have the courage and tenacity to bring that hidden talent and monetize it and share it with the world, because each one of us born with something that's unique to us, and we just need to bring it up and celebrate it. Yes.
That's a beautiful introduction. Thank you very much for sharing this with us. So we talk about helping women move forward, take decisions, build a business that they love. They wake up in the morning and say, "This is what I love. I love doing this best, and this is what I'm going to do." So it's about also what we love most, and not just monetizing what we love most, but it's part of the business journey anyway. So you have navigated a powerful journey across cultures and careers. I have moved myself 3 countries. So I'm now in London, UK. I have to specify what country it is because there's another London in Canada, which I don't want that to be confused with London, UK. For those that are watching this podcast or will listen to the replay after the talk. But how has this journey across cultures has shaped the way you help women? Because we all have our uncertainty, changes, different environments, different mentalities, different experiences, and different skills. Although they are our own luggage, they are still different. They act differently in different environments.
Yeah. A different culture and environment actually is not something work against you. It's something is a plus. It's work for you if you know how to utilize it and use it. A lot of women they move to different country, they still have that belief that they are not fitting or they are not part of the equation or they cannot thrive in the new country. That's belief or that feeling. If you have it for a short time, nothing wrong with that because you are overwhelmed, you're exposing to different country, different language, different culture, but you should not dwell or drag that belief for a long time because you are coming with different perspective, you know, different languages, you know how to solve things in a different way. Like you feel like you have a different sets of eyes to look at things. So you have to really leverage that. You have to use it. And nothing wrong with you if you start from scratch, if you are not knowing exactly how to do business in different country. You are not obligated to figure things out the very first year, right? It's all in phases, it's all come in small progress. As long you pick up the momentum, right? And you start working on those testing, you have to keep learning and testing. This is how you learn and thrive in different country and different culture, different background. It's something good for you. It should give you more power in order to start your own business.
I like the testing bit. I always say practice,
Yes,
practice, and practice, because if you do not practice, you will never get better to
yes,
something.
definitely.
Be it making a cake at home,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
like baking, uh, or I don't know, creating content or strategizing your business and working on it. So the more you practice on something,
Yeah,
I'm a true believer
of
that
course. The
it
more you
brings.
do it, this is how you get to the mastery, right? That's Robert Greene talk about it in his book. You're not going to be master overnight. It's not 48 hours or 30 days process make you master. The more you do it, the more you practice it, then you can master your game.
Wonderful. I truly believe in this saying. So we have the women in our community. It's the Moving Women Forward community that are looking to grow their business. So some are startups, some are in the different stages of their business. They've been there for a few years, 4 to 5 years in the business. But what practical strategies or mindset shifts do you recommend for building the confidence and clarity for these women to carry on, to to create to build the business that they want, to grow the business that they are working on?
Yeah. I always advise my client to start small. When you start a business, you're not gonna be perfect in every step you do. You're gonna make mistake. You're gonna pick up those mistake, lesson learns, and you're gonna start over again. And to answer your question about the confidence, confidence is not something I can say someone is confident because he know or she know everything. This is not true. No one in the earth know everything, right? But if you keep the momentum, if you start doing the action, the learning, reading book, listening to podcasts and YouTube and people who done it before you, it's wonderful. But if you are not trying yourself, if you are not taking the action, nothing will change. So I feel like confidence doesn't come first, action does. You can't just go to the room and pretend or fake that you are confident. You have to really gain that confidence by being competent. So when you are competent, you become confidence. And that competency comes from taking action. This is why when I guide or I coach my client, I say there is only three major pillars when you start any small business. The first one is the foundation, is the clarity. When you clear where you're going, that's the foundation of your building. I use the metaphor of engineering because every time the engineering pop up in my talk. So the foundation is the clarity. When you are clear, what is your goal? You are clear what is your path. You have a map or a blueprint. That's your clarity is the foundation. Then the main thing is the action. Action is when you build the wall and the window and the whole building. That's your action. Without action, you're just staying on the foundation. There is no building. And the roof, which is protect your business, is the consistency. You have to keep doing what you're doing. You can't just celebrate a small win and say, oh, I won in my business. I have 3 clients. I made a good amount of money. Then I'm a successful. You have to continue what you're doing. And that's how your business will thrive. This is how a woman know they can measure their success in business because they got the clarity, they got the action, which is foundation and the action, the building. Then they keep doing what they are doing, and the clarity it's important too because it create your momentum. You're not gonna do one things and leave. You gotta do continue what you're doing, and that's what bring your confidence.
Wonderful. I think so. I'm not going to generalize here because this is not the case, but I think many business owners, again, being men or women, doesn't matter what gender we're talking about at the end of the day, but uh, the clarity, so that clarity, the element of clarity, people have ideas, they start doing something, they test something else, they create a mini funnel, they test that out, it doesn't work, they chuck it in the bin. So is it part of a clarity, or is it part of testing out? Are these two different things?
It's slightly different because the clarity again is not a 2 days or 1 week a process as well. Sometimes you think you are clear where you're going, your niche or niche is clear, but when you test that niche or niche, you find out that's not for you. So you are clear in the beginning, but you are testing. So you got the clarity in the beginning, but when you tested, it was not something aligned with your passion or with your skills, right? So you move or you pivot. So you clear in the beginning, then you pivot, which is totally fine. And you see it in a lot of women, small business. It's happened to me when I changed my niche. I thought I'm only good to coach and guide international women. Then I find out I can use my business strategy and in my business in a way to change my niche because I think programmatically. I'm an engineer, so I can use that in business in a way to measure and monetize people hidden talent. So I pivoted. A lot of people pivoted, not because they fell in the beginning, because they tested and it was not 100% aligned with their mission. So you can be clear, but when you do the one things that you thought that's your path, you might end up pivoting to something else. So we are all in the world, keep learning, testing until we find we really what we're really good at.
I think this links a little bit with the practice, right? So testing, practicing, it's a dual combination. So
Yes,
it's a combo basically of what we're
yes,
doing out there.
yes, and you see it even in sport. I mean, my son, he done so many type of sport, soccer, football, and basketball, swimming, and he practiced in many of those kind of sports. In the end, he end up with one things, right? You test them. You kind of like, let me see if I like swimming. Let me see if I like soccer. Let me see if I do football better. And a lot of athletes, they start in basketball, but they become a football player. So it's not necessarily what you started is going to be the thing that you're going to do. Is you are testing yourself, right? In order to see what is really your hidden talent or your hidden gem, and you're going to thrive on
Yeah, I agree with that. We have one one vivid testimonial from one of the tennis players at the Wimbledon here in London, the Wimbledon famous Wimbledon championship of tennis, when one of the players was a football player back in Italy, and then he started doing tennis, and now I think he was the second runner-up. I'm not sure he was the runner-up, or I don't think he was the winner of this championship of this year. But yeah, so he started in football and ended up in tennis to be a champion, basically, if
it.
not a champion, a runner-up. So yeah, that everything can happen, right? So
Definitely,
it's
definitely.
amazing. Yeah. I like your unicity in not just in business, but in your strapline. So you're an engineer. I've never had an engineer on my podcast. I've got you. Thank you for that, for being on my show. But I want to see this element. I want to understand this element of blending the technical insight that you have within you and your knowledge and your experience with the strategic leadership. So leadership is not just for corporate, it's not just for organizations, but is within small businesses because you are your leader of your business. So you are the face of the business. So I want to see that element a little bit. Uh,
Yes,
how can we, women in this case, embrace both?
yes. You will see that the belief that we have in the past that either you are a data driven, you are technical, and you are good in math and science, or you are perfect in emotional intelligence. This belief changed long time ago because you can blend both, right? You can be your IQ well, and you can be very smart in your emotional intelligence component. And when I start as a business strategist, I mean, all my life, I'm still doing engineering over 30 years. That's telling you I'm old, right? So I graduated, I don't know, many, many years ago. So all I've done, I solve complex, equation, I design. All my life, it was around numbers. I have to be precise and concise. Everything should be data. Everything should be fact. One plus one, don't make mistake. But when you do business, it's never one plus one. You have to use your emotional intelligence. And that's, Joanna, I see women have the superpower. We have that great intuition. But we think when we become a leader, that's intuition, it's soft and it's going to bite us. That's not true. You need that, you need both. You need your heart to speak with your brain. You have the IQ and the EQ. They kind of like arrange marriage, right? Together. You can't be just stiff and all the time say, I gotta be right. I should not make any mistake. In business, you're gonna make a lot of mistake and you're gonna continue doing mistake. That doesn't mean when you pivot and you succeed and you have the second niche and now you're making money, you're not gonna make mistake. Women, we are very capable to do both, to blend the emotional intelligence with the data and technology that if we are an engineer, and we make it a one package to lead. And you will see it even in big organization and big company. The best leader are the leader who have the best communication skills. They are not the one who has PhD degree or have three master degree. With all respect, I have my own master degree, but that doesn't make me a good leader. What's make you a good leader? It's the emotional intelligence, how to deal with people, how to have the communication skill. So you need those soft characters in order to be a better leader in your business and in your day job.
It's fascinating how the leadership blends with the analytics, right? Again, going back to data. So we know we some businesses, so some business owners in our community, they know the data, but they don't have the other side. They can it's hard to deal for them. Actually, I'm not going to say it's difficult, but it's hard to deal with them for them with the other aspect of the business. So the communication, how to communicate, how to put their message out there, how to be effortless speaking, how to be more visible in this world, really. And then we have the other group of founders. It's not just a pattern, but it's not half and half. But we have those members that they are good at communicating, they are good at getting their message out there. But when it comes to data, they lack that element of data. Is it because we are told you're either good at this or you're good at that?
Yeah, that's the old belief. That's the old belief. That's what we thought. Either you are very good in science or you know how to speak on stage. But that's not the reality now. You will see a lot of people who are technically very competent and they have all kind of degrees and they are yet very good communicator and speaker on stage. That should not stopping you. And women, we are capable actually to thrive in that part because our intuition is very high. So we have to really monetize that and kind of uh, take advantage of that. And again, you will see it at workplace. I mean, you will see it. You look at people's LinkedIn, and you think just by looking at their title, they do miracles. But when you work with them, they cannot put one line sentence communication with you because all they got is a degree. They are smart in book, but you need to be smart on like what we see smart in real life, not just smart by reading book and having degree and credentials. You need to know how to communicate with people and you know how to start a business and willing to fail because this is not an easy journey. You can have all kind of blueprint, you can have all kind of manuals, but if you are not willing to fail, if you are not willing to learn, your business will never thrive.
Amazing. I've spoken to many founders, not just inside my community, but also, in networking groups or in events and everything that surrounds us in terms of as business owners. And this other thing has come up, like I'm not certified. This is one of the answers. I don't know if I'm good because I don't have a certification.
Yeah.
I'm not good if I have. I'm not talking about degrees here because as business owner you are not required to have any degrees, but certifications, yes, for some business owners depending on the sector and the industry of their work. And yet again, this is the answer. I don't have a certification. I don't have a qualification to do what I want to, or I am doing. I'm actually doing, because they're actually doing that kind of work. They are still helping people. So their clients. And this answer comes back again.
Yes.
I'm not qualified.
Yes, we said those negative connotation and narrative to ourselves before we even try to start a business. Nothing wrong if you want to obtain another certification or another degree. That's a plus, but that should not stopping you to start. You just need to start, and as you go testing or practicing your business, you can go and get that certification. But that's not having that certification in your hand right now should not be the block that's stopping you, because with everything going on, Joanna, you see how the technology is evolving. You see the AI. You see how people are building business every single day. A blink of eyes. By the time you get used to a system, that system changes the next day. So you need to cope. You need to adapt. That's the most important things in business. You have to adapt the change. You can't just say, "Oh, let me wait until I get this degree. Let me wait until I get my master in business, or let me wait until I get additional two certification in order to blend in and be fit to start a business." You don't need none of that. Start now. As you go, you learn, and you can get the certification while you're going. And you can see it in professional and successful business women and men. They never wait. They jump. They figure things out. They jump into it. They go with the process. They take the phases bite by bite, and you get expert later.
Absolutely that. Saran, I have a question for you. Like, I think this is the last question because we're gone over with questions and this was not on the agenda.
Yeah.
But thank you for giving us the insights and your expertise on the topic. So the last question I have actually is, do you have one tip? I know you've shared many, but one top tip for business founders who are looking to grow their business in terms of business strategy and what to tackle first?
Very important question. If I can just summarize it in one thing, which I said it, I think, a few minutes ago. For any business to thrive and to succeed, you just need to keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up, right? You're going to fail. You're going to pivot. You're going to change your niche. You're going to adopt new skills. You're going to have some beliefs that you have it for a long time, and you're going to change those beliefs. So my one things for your audience is to keep going. Don't stop. Don't lose the momentum. You will work hard. Nothing will happen. You will put hours. You will do marketing. You will pay company to thrive. You will pay other people for mentoring and coaching and doing things, and you're not going to see any result. The result is piling up for you, but it's not now. You're gonna sweat. You're gonna be tired every day. One day the result will pop up. So don't give up. It's all worth it. Trust me, the process is worth it. You're not going to celebrate early, that's for sure, but you're going to celebrate if you just start right now.
Amazing message. Thank you so much, Saran. Now the space is yours. Tell us if you are running any workshops. Where can the audience find you? If they have any questions, if they can DM you. Tell us more if you're running anything or if you're promoting any of your services at this moment.
Thank you, Joanna. So I'm available on LinkedIn, Seyran Akrawi, for any technical question. If you want to advance your LinkedIn page and make it more appealing, having the executive presence, what to do during interview, how to earn more leadership skills, you can reach me on LinkedIn, or on Instagram, Seyran Akrawi in one word. And I have a website as well, seyranakrawi.com. And for the sake for your audience, Joanna, if they mention your name and your platform, they will have complimentary 15 minutes on each pages. They can call me or contact me on Instagram. If they mention your platform, I can give them 15 minutes on LinkedIn and 15 minutes complimentary on Instagram as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Saran. If you want to pop the link in the comments later in the day, that would be amazing. So I can share it on Instagram and on other platforms as well. Thank you so much for being such a stellar guest speaker. I love the conversation. It was very calming, actually. I couldn't imagine from an engineering point of view, but this worked pretty well. Thank you, everybody who watched, who tuned in for the live today. And stay tuned for another episode of Moving Women Forward Community podcast next Monday at 12 p.m. London, UK time. I'd like to specify we are in UK, so stay tuned. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, everybody, for watching the live. Take care. Bye-bye.